Hello, good day. Welcome back to class. As you can see what I have on my hands, in this video tutorial, I'll be learning how to make this beautiful sunflower, 2 layers sunflower. I'll be showing you how to make this. I actually used this to embellish my dress I made and also the headband. It came out really beautiful. So I'll be showing you how to make this real quick. It's a very quick project. I'll be taking you through the materials we'll be needing. So these are the materials we'll be needing. We'll be needing 2 colors of yarn. I'll be using this brand. It's called Yeye. It's quite common here in Nigeria. So I'll be working with 2 strands because this is quite thin. But if you need a smaller size, I will actually let you know how to adjust it. But if you need a very small size, you can use single strand, a tiny what's it called, tiny yarn. It will come out smaller. So be needing these 2 colors. We'll be needing some poly or fiber stuffing. If you don't have this, you can easily use scrap yarn to fill this up because we'll be filling the middle. So you can easily use scrap yarn or rag or anything you can just use to fill that up. And also the hook size I'll be using is size 3.0 mm hook. So that being said, just let's get started. So we are going to be starting with our chocolate yarn. So we are starting from the center. So I'll grab my yarn. We are going to be starting with a magic ring. So to do that, I'll place my yarn on my palm like this, and I'm going to wrap that around my 2 fingers, as you can see on your screen. I'll bring this to the back, hold that down, grab my hook. I'll go right in, grab the one at the back, make it twist. Then I'll bring out my fingers. So I'll just chain one. That's to secure my magic ring. See this tail inside, I'm going to bring that out. And as you can see, we have an adjustable ring. So we have our magic circle. So in this magic circle, we are going to be making 10 single crochet. So to make a single crochet, you go right inside the circle, you grab your yarn, you have 2 loops, yarn over, you put through this 2. So that's our first single crochet. Again, you go in, grab your yarn, pull out a loop, yarn over, put through 2. That's our second single crochet. You go in, pull out a loop, you have 2 loops, yarn over, put through all 2. That's our third single crochet. So I will go ahead and keep repeating this until I have 10 single crochets in total. So I have my 10 single crochets. So I'm going to pull out my hook and I'm going to grab the tail and pull tight because we want to close up that space in the middle. So I'm going to close that up. Make sure you pull carefully so that you don't end up breaking your yarn. So after that, I will go into the very first single crochet and make a slip stitch. So we just finished our first round. So for the second round, we're going to start with a chain, and we go into each and every of our stitches with two single crochet, starting from the very first stitch of 1. I'll go back into that same stitch and add 1 more. 2. I'll move to the next 1. I'll go back inside and add 1 more. 2. I'll go into the third stitch 1. I'll go back inside and add 1 more. 2. So we go ahead and repeat this, two single crochet in each stitch. At the end of round 2, we are going to have 20 single crochets. So this is what I have after completing my second round. So we go into our first single crochet and make a slip stitch. Pull out your yarn and pull through the loop. So that's our slip stitch. So moving on to the third round, we start with the chain 1, and our pattern for this round will be 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, we work 2 single crochets. That is, we make an increase in the next stitch. So this is going to be the pattern for third round. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. We go ahead and repeat this all the way till we get to the very end. At the end of the third round, we are going to have 30 stitches. So this is what I have at the end of the third round. I will go into my very first single crochet and slip stitch. If you don't want a very big sunflower, this is fine. 30 stitches is okay. But for me, I'm going for something big, so I'm going to be working 1 more round. We chain 1 to start our fourth round. So into the very first stitch, I'll work a single crochet. Into the next stitch, I'll work a single crochet, and into the third stitch, I'll make an increase. So that is, I'm going to work 2 stitches inside. 1, Now I'll add one more. So again, one single crochet in the next stitch, one single crochet in the next stitch, then we make an increase in the third stitch. One, I'll go back and add one more. So we go ahead and repeat this all the way. 1 1 2 1 1 2. We'll go ahead, repeat this all the way until we get to the very end, and at the end of the fourth round we are going to have 40 stitches in total. So after completing the fourth round, we'll go ahead and slip stitch into my very first double crochet, into my first single crochet. So this is what we have. After completing that, we chain one and we are going to fasten off. We'll be needing 2 pieces of this, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and make another piece following the same pattern, the exact pattern that we did for this one. No difference. Just go ahead, repeat the same thing. When I have the second piece, we'll come and start working our petals. So after working the second piece, I have my 2 pieces. Do not chain one. Just grab your first piece and go into your very first stitch, which is where we have our slip stitch. I'll go inside. Now grab my loop. Remember not to fasten off the second piece. So I'll just grab my yarn, pull that through and chain one. So right now we are going to join. So I'll go back into that same stitch here and my first stitch at the back here. We are not working into our slip stitch, so remember to skip your slip stitch. So I'll go in, grab my yarn, work my single crochet. So we are joining with a single crochet. We're going to the next stitch here and the next stitch at the back. You pull out your loop and work your single crochet. Again, you're going to the next stitch, you're going to the next stitch, pull out your loop, work your single crochet. So we go ahead and repeat this until I have about 5 stitches left to come and show you, because we'll be stuffing this up. So I'm right here, I have 5 stitches left. So as you can see that we still have that opening, and we are going to stuff that up. Let's stuff it up. So if you are using your scrap yarn, just go ahead and fill it up. If you are using rag, so stuff that up. And after that, I'll just go ahead and finish up my stitches. So I'll go ahead and finish up the 5 single crochet left. So this is what I have after joining. Make sure that your right sides are outside. So this is the right side facing outside. So after completing that, I will slip stitch into my first single crochet, but then let me slip stitch, chain one, I'll fasten off. We are done with this color, so I'm going to grab my second color, which is my yellow color, and we are going to start working on our first layer of petals. So to start our petals first layer, you see that stitch where we entered is quite small because of our slip stitch, but we'll find our way around. We are going to grab the front loop. Might be funny, but we just have to find our way around. I've entered the front loop. Let me show you our loops. Whenever we go into our stitches, we actually go through 2 loops, as you can see, but right now we'll be picking just one loop, which is the loop in the front. That's where we are going to be working our first layer, or the second layer will be worked in the back loop. So after picking the front loop, I will go ahead and join with a chain, and into that same stitch I will go ahead and work a half double crochet, yarn over, go into my front loop. I want to hide this end along, pull out a loop. I have 3 loops, yarn over, put through all 3. That's the half double crochet. Now we'll work a double crochet, yarn over, we're going to that same loop, pull out a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over, you put through the first 2 loops. You have 2 loops left, yarn over, put through the last 2 loops. So that's a double crochet. So after doing that, you are going to chain one. You are going to make a picot stitch. After chaining one, you go into your stitch right here, and you go into this at the back, and you make a slip stitch. That's our picot. So it's like the peak of our petal. So after that, we go back into that same stitch with a double crochet. You yarn over, you go right into that. Remember, we are working with just one loop. You go in, work your double crochet, and finally you go back in and work a half double crochet. So we did half double, double, picot at the top, double, then half double. So after doing that, you move to the next stitch, front loop only. Front loop only. You're going to grab the front loop only, just like that, and we are going to make a slip stitch. So we just completed one petal, and I'll be having 20 petals in total. So after that, you move to the next stitch, which is this, which is the front loop. Pick the front loop. This is the front loop. So we are going in with half double crochet. That's going to be our repetition. You yarn over, you work half double crochet, then double crochet, then a picot stitch, then a double crochet again, then half double crochet, just like that. Then you move to the next stitch right here. Make sure you don't skip any stitch, and work a slip stitch. So that's going to be the repetition basically. So again, you move to the next, you work a half double, okay, half double, double, double crochet, you chain one, you make a picot stitch, then you work a double crochet and a half double crochet. After that, you work a slip stitch. Remember, everything will be done in front loops only. You work a slip stitch. So we go ahead and repeat this. I'll go ahead and repeat this all the way until I have all my 20 petals done. So this is what I have after working my petals. So the very last front loop right here, I'll just go ahead and work a slip stitch. I'm not working anything here because that's my slip stitch. So after that, I will go ahead and slip stitch into this very first. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to where we started into that loop. We'll go ahead and make a slip stitch. So we finished the front, the first layer. So moving to the back layer, we are going to, after slip stitching, you see this, the back loop of the very first petal we make, the back loop right here. Can be quite tiny, but it's right there. I'm trying to pick up the back loop. Yeah, I think I did. So we are going to work a single crochet there. This back loop of this very first petal is single crochet there. So the back loop of this slip stitch we did here, we are going to work a double crochet. Let's start with a double crochet, then we'll work a treble crochet. To work a treble, you are going to yarn over 2 times, 1, 2, and after that you go into your stitch, pull out a loop. You have 4 loops. You yarn over, you put through the first 2 loops, yarn over, put through the next 2 loops, then yarn over, put through the last 2 loops. So that's our treble crochet. After that, you work your picot, chain 1 and make a slip stitch. So that's our picot. Then you work a treble crochet again, yarn over 2 times, you go in, 1, 2, 3, and the last stitch you work a double crochet. After that, you move into the next back loop and work a single crochet. So this is it. You see where we did our petals previously, we are always going to work single crochet there, and where we did our slip stitch, we are always going to work our second petal, so that our second layer of petal will be right here in the middle and not directly behind the previous petals. I hope that makes sense. So after working my single crochet, we move to the next petal, the next back loop, which is our slip stitch in the front. So we go ahead, that's where we are working our next petal. You go ahead, you start with a double crochet, then a treble crochet, yarn over 2 times, you go in, pull out a loop, yarn over, put through the first 2, yarn over, put through the next 2, yarn over, put through the last 2, chain 1, work your slip stitch. Okay, work your slip stitch, then work a treble crochet again, you work a treble, then finally a double crochet and into the next back loop, which is where we worked our petals. We work a single crochet there. So practically this is what we'll keep repeating. For our petals, we will be working 1 double crochet, 1 treble crochet, picot stitch, 1 treble crochet, 1 double crochet, then you work a single crochet in the next loop. So we go ahead and repeat this. We'll be working 20 petals as well at the back, and I will, when I get to the end here, I'll come and show you how to finish off. So right here I've worked my last petals, so I'll go ahead and slip stitch in the very first single crochet we did at the back. I'll go in, slip stitch, chain 1, and we fasten off. So this is what we have. So right now we are going to straighten out our petals. I'll start with the first layer. So just go ahead and straighten it out like this, so we can have a well-defined petals. So you drag it out, you straighten it out just like that, and yeah, as you can see that it looks better. And you repeat the same thing for the outer petals. You drag it out, you straighten it out just like that, and our sunflower is actually ready. So you can actually use this to embellish. You can see, look at that pretty flower. It's beautiful, right? So this is what we have. So you can use this to embellish anything. I use this to make a headband and also to embellish, to accessorize my dress. This is what the headband looks like. I added this chain or rhinestone in the middle, so to give it a little touch of glitters. So I have that, and you saw the video, the picture of the dress I used this on as well. So if you're interested in how to make the dress and the headband, we have the tutorial on the channel. So this all you have to do is just weave in your hands and your sunflower is ready. So this marks the end of this tutorial. I hope you find it useful. Kindly give it a thumbs up if you do, and drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you are not yet a subscriber. Thank you and bye.